having, I guess technically it would be breakfast. Stir
Oh, you didn't see my...
See what?
No, I should have put the... having goreng.
Ooh, look at this. Always bring a snack on the train. Restaurant area, but we brought it from home. And a nice view. Look at the view we got. There we go. On the train, eating a homemade grilled cheese and egg. Boring. I mean, nice view. We got good seats, but just a long trip, so. We're eating. We'll probably have, this is probably technically our breakfast, and then we'll probably have, well, I'll have my leftover food probably about 12 o'clock. And then we'll get there about 1 something, I think. So we still have like about 3.5 hours or so. Can I have my drink, Fluffy? World Traveler, what's up, buddy?
What's that?
World Traveler.
How are you?
Everybody over there is staring at me.
Scary.
Daily fresh coconut. We are enjoying our daily breakfast on the train. I think a lot of our Vietnamese audience is still sleeping. I got up at the crack of dawn. What?
If that 7 o'clock is crack of dawn for you, for my dad, that's already afternoon.
It's already what?
Afternoon.
Whoa. What was that, Fluffy? I'm not technically sure where we're at, but There's a gas station over there. Big roads. I noticed these non-tourist cities, they have really nice and big roads. Probably because no one ever drives on them. But look at how big this road is. And this is in the middle of nowhere. We've been to the city, the first city that we're going to, we've already been to last year. So we kind of know what to expect here. But the other two cities that we're going to after, we've never been to. But the city we're going to go to for today and tomorrow, we are actually staying at the same hotel, and we know a good amount about the city. What's up, everybody? Yeah, so we like this. We like the city that we're going to. It's just missing a little bit of Western amenities, but maybe, I doubt that it changed that much in a year. But who knows? Maybe we'll go there and be like, "Wow, it's me." This is what daily rural Vietnam life looks like. I'm having a grilled cheese with egg on ciabatta. Look at this. There's a construction crew.
First meal down.
We still got to book our other 2 hotels for the next 2 cities, but we'll do that in the next day or so. Oh, Fluffy has a whole bag of snacks.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Nobody's showing up for the train, and everyone's like, I can't wait to hear on the train. Nobody's watching. And then they'll come tonight and say, are you on the train? Can you show us the train? I'll say, man, you're 12 hours late. Why are we here? Is this a train stop? I hope no one takes our seat.
No, I placed our bags.
But they give you such little coffee.
It's very strong.
Yeah, but it's like a shot of coffee. How much was it? 30? How much? Huh? Yeah, probably about 3.5 more hours. So this trip would probably take a little under 4 hours, but they do have a couple of these stops. Like we're at a train stop right now, and sometimes they just stop for a minute, but sometimes it can take 10 or 15 minutes. And when we go through the smaller parts of the track, sometimes we have to let another train pass us. So there could be a little more delay. But this is just the restaurant car section. When we're done here, we'll show you guys our seats. There's actually an outlet that we can plug in our stuff. What's up, Mark? There's an outlet to plug in our stuff, so we can use that. We have to have an outlet here too. We have that at our seat too, so you guys can plug that in. You guys can order some food. We brought our food, so cheapskates. That's what they said to us. But we're stopped at a quick stop, which is probably a minute. I have a feeling we'll take off in a second. But we'll be in Nhon, probably 12. We'll probably be there in a little over 3 hours. We'll show you the beach. India. Very nice. Very nice. We've been having people pop up from India over the past month or so. What is that that you're eating?
A banana fritter.
Yeah, see, normally we would already be gone. I don't think so. Wow, Fluffy, you got a huge chunk of ice with your coffee. I've already shot a little bit of content on the GoPro. When I get back to Nhon, man, I'm going to have a lot of freaking videos to upload. It's going to be crazy. Because if I just do one video in each city, that's still 3 videos. Plus I have, I think, 2 or 3 videos that I still got to do. So I think the end of April, I'm going to be cranking out videos like crazy. I'll be cranking them out like crazy.
You still need to make a video.
Oh, I forgot. Gotta make 2. Whoa, Fluffy. I'm gonna have to make one. Have to on this trip. At least one. Where's everybody at? You guys are so quiet. We're showing you guys the little city life in the outskirts of Vietnam. I wonder what it would be like to stay a couple of nights in a city like this. You eat like monster. Would you guys stay in a little city like this? Enjoy the train ride. I'll be back later on. I'm about to have a dip in the ocean.
Wow,
very nice.
Very sea right now.
But we will probably be off, but we will pop in and off it a few times during the day. Probably one more time on the train, and then probably once we check in. Oh, look at this train's coming by. There you guys go.
Oh, that's why we stopped.
That's why we're stopping, because we have to let this one go by. So we are letting this train go by. That's why we had a little layover, I guess you would call it, at this train stop. So apparently the tracks or something about them is kind of narrow. So we have to allow this train to go by. So sometimes it could take 5 or 10 minutes before we're able to get going again. So I think once this train passes us, we will be back on our journey heading to the city of Nhon. Native, what's up, buddy?
Oh, he's celebrating Songkran now. it.
Wave to everybody, Fluffy. Why not? You're not friendly? Looks like Amtrak. Yeah, it's kind of like Vietnam Amtrak. I speak like a reporter. Well, let me update you guys. It is currently 10:22 a.m. in Vietnam, and it's about a brisk 83 degrees out. We're gonna have traffic on the other side of the commercial and entertainment, as well as all your current events right after this break.
My friend who works as a news anchor, she said that your voice should be lower when you speak in the TV.
Stay tuned. After the commercial break, we'll have a special guest on the other side of the segment, Mr. Rapper Bijo Sway. So stay tuned.
Who's
In
that?
30 seconds after the break.
Who's rapper Bijo?
What? Maybe take a drink. Why are you so curious about me?
Is there a restaurant there? After? When is it?
The rest of the train.
You didn't check?
Yeah, it's the rest of the train.
Did you go at the end?
Yes.
Wow.
Food? No, the food's not included. We brought our. You know what we did? We went to George Costanza last night and got a second entree, and we packed it. So that's what Fluffy ate. But you can. Let me show you guys. Here's a menu. So I'll show you guys some of the stuff. It's not George Costanza cheap, but it's like $3 or so. So you guys can get stuff like this. You guys can get like chicken and vegetables. It'll be like 80,000, 60,000, 70,000. So everything's about $3 to $4. It looks like that's what they're eating over there.
Oh, that's fun. But how much is that? It's not here. Maybe that's just 35,000. It's not here.
So they do have some options on here, and all the
They also
food.
have cards.
They do have some options on here, which range from like chicken, some soups, some noodles, and everything looks like it's about $2 to $4. So not terribly expensive, but a little more than our Da Nang local restaurants. So if you guys want, you guys can skip bringing food like we did, and you guys can just order here off the Vietnam Railways menu. Actually, they have nice seating. They do have a plug down here. So if you guys want to charge your devices, we got the YouTube live stream going on, chatting with the audience over there, and just soaking up all the nice views of the little rural countryside of Vietnam.
But here's another trick that you can do. Like, if you don't like your sit side, you can always go to the restaurant and sit at the restaurant.
You are on a train. You guys have nicer trains, nicer and cheaper. This is not the nicest one that we've been on, though.
Yeah.
We still have not found that nice train that we were on the first time, but these are still nice. We'll show you our seats when we go back in a minute. We are still living in Vietnam, yes, but we are going to a different city this week. Actually, we're going to 3 different cities this week. Right now, we're going to Nhon, which is about 4 hours-ish, almost 5 hours from Da Nang. And then we're going to go up to 2 other cities after that. Scenic route. Yeah, almost all this train goes through scenic route. When you go either to Hue, you'll see the beach and the coast. And when you go through here, you see a lot of the rural places. Look, they got to stop right there and hold the people behind the train station. Banh mi is $8 in California. We can get about 8 or 9 banh mi's for the price of one banh mi in California. Banh mi's are not even $1 here. They're about 80 cents. And this is called Vietnam Railways. I guess you guys can even scan and do your QR code here.
Check the menu and stuff.
Yeah, it's very nice. I don't know if I could do a city like this because you're going to get very little Western amenities, but it's going to be cheap. It's going to be a cheap local city. Probably end up eating chicken and rice and probably one street market. And it'll just be a very simple place. But you can live in a city like this for probably $400, $500 a month, probably, everything included. And original bread. But it's so crazy how like some of these towns are just built. Look, some of these towns are just built right on the railroad track. Look at all these houses that are just freaking crazy. This is our first city that we're going to, and it's roughly about 5 hours from Da Nang. Our next city will be only 2 hours from the city that we end up in now. I think how we're gonna do it is we're gonna go spend 2 days in the city Nhon, then we're gonna go to a city called Tua Hoi for 2 days, and then we're gonna go to Nha Trang for I think 3 days. Our hotel for tonight is a whopping $9 US. We stayed there last year, so we're staying in the same hotel. Power. But look at this, is probably like the biggest popular place in this city right here. That's like where everyone hangs out. Reef Plays. What's up, buddy? $9, yeah. It is a tad smaller than the hotel that we had last year. Last year was 35 square meters. This one's 30 square meters, but it's only $9. So, I think it's actually going to be better, in my opinion, because, no, we only had one bed last time too. But we'll show it to you. It's got a balcony. It's tucked away. It's going to be very, very, not secluded, but it's not going to be noisy. We know the area. And then it's about a 10-minute walk from the beach. Yes, so if you just seen the video about Da Nang, so that video was just made when I went to the train station Friday. So we still are in Da Nang, but right now we're going to go on a week-long trip. So we're going to go explore a couple of other cities. We just paid our rent for our Da Nang place last night, but we're still in Da Nang. So this is just a quick 7-day trip to go visit a few nearby cities. Fluffy, is this like rain or is this for rice?
Rice. That's rice. Rice. That's all rice.
It's all nice.
All rice. All rice.
And then you got this over here too. Same thing on that side. What's up, Kathy? Thought you want to go show them our seats, or are you ready, or what? Or do you want to sit here longer? Fluffy wants to sit here longer. We'll just show you the little scenery here. So you guys ready to see a city that I call Da Nang Jr., or the little brother of Da Nang? This city, it really gives me the feeling of what Da Nang was 15 years ago. But actually, I think when you guys see the beach, I think you guys will like the beach a lot. The beach is very nice, and there's almost nobody on the beach in the whole daytime. Let's see if it's still like that. We're gonna go to a really good restaurant. One of my, definitely my favorite restaurant in the city tonight. Nhon is a little bit cheaper than Da Nang. Not by a lot, at least from our experience before, but it's a little bit cheaper, but it is missing a lot of the Western amenities. Ontario, Canada. Get a lot of people popping in from Canada here too. But if you guys have not got a chance to, Please hit the subscribe button. We're getting very close to 6,000 subscribers. I appreciate all 5,500 and something subscribers out here. Let's keep marching and keep building that subscriber base. This looks like a cemetery, Fluffy. Yeah, these are cemetery. We'll show you this train when we go back. It's pretty nice. It's got automatic door openers, and the bathrooms are not bad. So Kim says she can't do a train because of the bathroom, but
This one is a nicer.
yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with
I'm
it.
trying to observe because Mr. Fong from Hue, he said that the trick is like the nicer trains goes by in the morning. That's what he said. Like if the train is morning train, it's usually the nicer one.
New York. So I do know what time it is in New York because the clock is up there. So it's 10:30, which means it's about 7 o'clock in the morning in California, if those clocks are correct. But look at these cities, man. These little cities are just nothing. I don't think you would be finding too many hot dates out here. Mitzi would probably jump off a bridge here. All you guys that are looking for dates would probably find this city to be extremely boring. Look at this. This is nice. This is probably where some people go fishing right here. Look at this. That's a cool little spot. That was a nice little view. This is just very, very simple life. Like, I bet you majority of people that live in this little town or city probably have lived here their whole life. They probably barely go out of the city. 8:33. Huh. Okay, that's kind of crazy because I think this clock is off by an hour then. I think this clock is off because it says it's 10:30 in New York, which is not right because New York is 3 hours ahead of California. Ooh, look at they're burning something. Western Australia. I learned that people from Western Australia, they put WA, and I always think that means Washington, because that's the state initials for Washington. What do you guys think? Would you guys come on this train? This train cost us $8 a person, so $8 one way. $8 US. And Fluffy wants to tell you guys this little trick. She says if you guys want better seats or you're on the wrong side, come hang out. Usually on all these trains they have like a restaurant car, and she bought a coffee, and then you can sit in here and kind of use the table. What I should do, if I was smart, I would be editing right now. I'd be editing some video, but because I don't want to take this up for 3 hours and do that. Plus, I got a live stream.
Is that the runway? Why is it that? Why does it just end there?
World Traveler. So, Fluffy, you dump water into your coffee. She's so focused on Facebook. Actually, it's pretty nice today. I think when we left Nhon, it was cloudy, so I'm not sure if it's still cloudy there, but the sun is out. There is a little bit of clouds out, but it's not overcast cloudy. It's just some clouds in the sky. California, so basically for like the past 5 years that I was in California, I tried stock options, and then I also had an online reselling company. So that's what I mostly did back in the USA. Very new. This one's not even the nicest one that we've been on. This is the restaurant cart where we just ate our breakfast. But all these trains, I would say all the trains are pretty similar to this. That's why I kind of feel like people, like, whenever I tell them, like, hey, take the train, they kind of give me a weird look and they're like, ugh, I'm not going to take a train. Like, they always do that, but I don't know. I like the train. The train is cheap. It's got AC. You can charge your devices. And you get a great view. We got a lot of B-roll for this video, which is probably going to be too much, but oh well. I probably traveled to Nhon by train. I'll show you when, actually, let me go show you really quickly. There's probably a bathroom over here, but it's not bad. Like, the bathrooms are perfectly fine. I'll show you guys one over here. So here's where you're gonna wash your hands. Very, very decent, right? Now let's take a look. This is usually the bathroom's right there, but look, got the automatic door handle. Where's the bathroom? I know there should be a bathroom right here. Oh, I think it's right. Oh, I think someone's in that one. Let's go down here and try to show you. I've never seen a train like that, but remember, we only started riding trains about a year ago. So these are the sleeper cabins. So if you guys want to go in the sleeper cabin, look over here to the right. I'm going to quickly glance by. So those are about double the price. And I would only get those if you wanted to sleep and if you were prepared to maybe share that with other people. Like, that's a 4 cabin. There should be a bathroom. Where's the freaking bathroom? You know there should be a bathroom over here for some reason. But look here, these are the sleeper cabins. Sleeper. So look, there we go. These are very, very sleeper-like. It's AC. I can feel the AC blowing on me right now. So, where is the bathroom? Usually they're right outside where these sinks are. That's crazy. I feel like I'm missing some of the bathroom. They're usually outside where the sinks are. I think there's gotta be. Oh yeah, here we go. So look, this is a bathroom. So this is the bathroom right here. You guys can open the window and look out. But this is a bathroom on the Vietnam train. And like I said, this is not the best. This is not the best train that we've been on. We've been on one that was slightly worse than this, and we've been on one that's been better than this. So this would be probably the middle level. But this is not the best level. When we took one to Hue last year, it was even better. But this one to me is perfectly fine. Here's the sink that you come out and you can wash your hands. It's got the automatic dryer. If you guys want to come by and just stare, you guys can come over here to the door. They're always different rides based on how far, but this 5 hour, here's another bathroom. See, I missed another one. So here's a second bathroom. Third class? I don't think there's a third class on here. So the only thing that they have on this train is they have the sleeper cabin, and then they have where we sit. I'll show you where we sit in a second. So I don't think there's three different types of seats. There is the sleeper cabin, and then there's our seats that we sit at, and I'll show you those in a minute. But our 5-hour train ride is $8 one way. And then our train ride, when we go to our second city, will be about $3 US. Yeah, see, I missed a lot of these bathrooms, look. So I missed a lot. So it's a nice view too. So these are the bigger windows that you can stand over here and just kind of watch. But we'll show you our seats in a second. Our seats are beyond the restaurant area. This ride for 5 hours was $8, but that's about one of the highest fees that I've seen. I think now if you go to like Ho Chi Minh or Hanoi from Da Nang, it's like $20, but this one was $8. So here's where Fluffy is. So we're back in the restaurant now. And then we'll show you our seats in just a couple of minutes. As soon as Fluffy's ready to go, we'll go show you those. But those are the sleeper cabins. Here's the restaurant. And then our seats will be back here. And we'll show you those in just a second. Let me set you guys up here for a second. Where is Fluffy from in the Philippines?
Baguio City up north.
The sleeper cabin is like double. So I think the sleeper cabin, I think when I looked at it, it was like 360,000, which I believe is about $15. Now here's the only problem that I don't like about the sleeper cabin. The sleeper cabin, they have a four bed sleeper cabin, which means if me and Fluffy got it right, we could be in there, but the problem is we might get 2 random local people that will be in there with us also. So that's the only thing. Now if we had 4 people, like if it was 4 of us that we knew, I'd probably get the sleeper cabin. Not in the morning though. We're leaving at 8 in the morning. We just woke up, so the sleeper cabin wouldn't be a thing. But if I was going with a group of 4 people that I knew and we were leaving late at night or something like that, then I would think. But sleeper cabin, first thing in the morning when you wake up, I wouldn't really do it. Look at that. If you drink so much, you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. Oh yeah, you can pay for 4. You can pay for 4, but I mean, so our tickets were $8 a piece. So it cost me and Fluffy $16 for 2 tickets. If you would buy the whole cabin for 4, it would be about $60, 50 or 60 US dollars. Now, if you guys don't mind paying for the 4 cabin, yeah, you can easily do that. You're just gonna spend a lot more money. Yeah, you could definitely do that though. You could buy all the tickets. If you had one person and you wanted to be alone in that, you can do it for sure. It's just going to be basically $15 times four beds. But I'll show you guys our seats in a minute. I think you guys will think they're perfectly fine, especially for a 3, 4, 5 hour train ride. They're no problem. Let me pop this back in here. Give me 1 second. And we'll go show you guys our seats now. So, I think we're making a stop. So this is the little restaurant area. Let's... Got everything, Fluffy? You got everything? So we'll show you guys our regular seats. What's up, JV? And this will be the little food cart. This will be our food cart. You guys can buy like chips or a soda, stuff like this. Look over to the right-hand side if you guys want to see into the sleeper train again. And they always have these little paintings. You just missed it, Fluffy. JV said, "Oh, you guys having lunch yet?" You just missed it. We were in the restaurant eating our lunch.
Yeah, good thing you didn't see my cup.
Would you trust yourself to land in a country experiencing critical political? Sit down. Hello. I'm not ever scared to go to a country. Vietnam is definitely not a scary or risky country at all. Ripple effect. I appreciate it, buddy. We are going to the city of Nhon, which is about 5 hours from Da Nang. We're going on a 3-city trip. And our first city is called Nhon. It's very similar to Da Nang without the Western amenities. So I brought a sandwich. I brought a grilled cheese and fried egg. Look over here to the right. These are the sleeper cabins. These are the most expensive seats here. And what I really like is these big windows. You can look out of this. So if I was in the sleeper cabin, I would probably leave my door open and I would look out the window. But if you guys can see, everybody's sleeping here. They give you a blanket.
It's like they give you it's sealed in a plastic.
Yeah, I love the train. So if we ever leave Da Nang, what my plan is just to go city to city by taking the train. We would stop in this city and then stay a few days and then get on the train, go take the next stop. I'll show you guys for all that are just joining again. This is the bathroom. So I know some of you guys. Eric, thank you, my friend. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, guys. Big thumbs up to you guys. So Kim, who's one of our viewers, always complains about the bathroom in here. But man, this bathroom, I don't see nothing wrong with the bathroom. Do you guys think there's anything wrong with it? And then they have a little window. I appreciate it.
You also have a sink.
Yeah. And then they'll always have these sinks right here also. Look at the sink. So you can wash your hands, the dry, the soap, the cup. Big thumbs up to both of you guys, man. I really appreciate it. And these are our regular seats. So these are the seats that we have. And these recline. There's AC and lights up there. I don't remember where our technical seat is, but Fluffy will remember. And this one has the automatic door opener. The water? What water? What water?
It's like here.
Oh yeah, you guys can get your hot water, cold water here too. So if you guys brought a cup of noodles or something, you guys can get your water. Yeah, that's what I've been telling you, Dark Brother. This train is nice. I've never been on it beyond a year ago, but I mean, they're very nice. There's no wooden seats or nothing like that. So let me show you. Here's the AC. I can feel it's blowing. Cool. So look at that. That's the AC. Here's the lights. Each one of these seats has a big window. And right down here, you got your electrical plug. And then I've never seen this. So you can hit the recline button to go back on this, right? But they have a sideways button. We still can't figure out why would you move your seat sideways?
No, it's like here. This one, if you want to see.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Here, I'll sit over here for a minute for you guys, because Fluffy always takes the inside seat. But look at this. Man, big thumbs up to all you guys that came out here. I know it's early for a lot of you guys, but here's the countryside, rural part of Vietnam. It's very nice though, man. I love the train. Like, I've always had good experience on the train. It's always been cheap. But I do notice, like in person, when I tell people, hey man, why don't you guys take the train? They kind of look at me a little funny, but you guys see how nice the train is. This is not even the nicest one that we've been. No, actually, shockingly, today the train was exactly on time. I looked at the clock and it was 7:59. And I was like, okay, we're probably going to be leaving in a few minutes, I bet. And as soon as I said that, they did the little whistle and we started taking off. It was either 7:59 or 8 o'clock on the dot. So today was not late. The meals, so there was that restaurant cart that we were just at. They range between like $2.50 and $4. But I highly recommend. What we did was we went to our George Costanza restaurant last night. And we just got a second entree, and Fluffy put it in a Tupperware container, and I brought a sandwich, and that's it. But if you guys don't want to deal with all that, just go there. And they had chicken and rice, they had some noodles, they had this other stuff, and it was $2 to $4. And that's where we sat at that table. We'll actually probably go back there again later on, because we'll probably take one more food break before we land. It is 11 o'clock. We'll be landing, not landing, but we'll be arriving at about 1:30. So we're probably a little over 2 hours away. Can you pay more for an express train? So there is different trains, and some of them are a little bit shorter, which I would imagine has to do with the amount of stops. The reason why we took this one is because we want to get there earliest. So this one left at 8 in the morning and we'll get there about 1. I think there was a quicker one, but it didn't leave till like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And it would get there at like 7:30. So that's kind of the thing. I think the biggest downside to this train, if there's anything, is sometimes there's not many options. Like, for example, we're going to leave the city of Tuahoe. We only have 2 real options, either a 5:30 in the morning train or a 2 o'clock in the afternoon train. And it's not terrible, I guess, but either we're gonna get to the next city in 2 days at 7 in the morning or at 4 in the afternoon. And it's like, damn, like we don't want to get up early, but at the same time we don't want to get into the new city at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. People are getting on, so let me... Oh. I might have to switch. The food vendors, I still have my entree left.
You can sit here.
It's okay, Fluffy, it's okay. It's okay. I would trust the food on the train. If somehow I forgot my food or didn't bring it, yeah, I would get something on the train. I've seen it. Oh yeah, see, like you can go out there and you can go buy the Cha Talk. Just don't be late, or else you'll be running down the train. But these are our seats, guys. Look, those recline. These are the seats. You got the curtain, you got the blind. So I don't think there's anything bad with these trains. You guys have seen every single thing. I've never seen those wooden seats that you guys mentioned on any of the trains that we've ever been on. And the AC's blowing, the AC's cool. I think this has been our 4th stop, and they're usually for about 5 minutes. Oh, look, there we go. There's a truck stop. I wonder if I should get one.
Get one, but prepare your money after.
I want to get a trot talk. Not if there ain't no 20,000 though. Let's see if she sees me. If she sees me and she's like, oh, 20,000. I'm like, come on, man. I know how much a trot talk is. Come on, if this guy gets out of the way, I'll ask her. Hold on. I can't do anything till this guy goes.
No, but she already sold it.
She did?
Yeah.
I hope they don't leave me. Look, I was trying to get up. She's too far from me now. I don't think she won't see me. I don't want to be like, hello. Well, I guess I'm going to have to pass on that. So you guys sleeping in those reclining seats? No, I can't really sleep on anything moving. Fluffy will probably end up taking a little nap though. But I think one time I actually took a little bit of a nap, like a 40-minute nap on here, but usually we get on here like first thing in the morning, so let's see if I can flag them down. Let me see. Where's she? No, I was gonna. No. I see train. We're gonna try to see if we can grab one of these. But here's a train. We'll get on before they leave. I don't know if I'm gonna catch the lady. I think that's her, so she's probably going down here to get that. Where's Fluffy? Fluffy, don't leave! Don't leave, Fluffy! Fluffy! Don't leave! I don't think we're gonna get the trot talk because we gotta get to this other side. And I think the lady, she walked away, so no trot talk here. Maybe at our next stop. This wasn't meant to be. The trot talk that wasn't meant to be. Yep, we're not gonna get it. Come on. So that's just a little, if you guys are carrying a lot of stuff, that seat will let this guy get by. Yeah, but this is perfectly fine for me. Especially for 4 or 5 hours. Like, I mean, if you take a trip to Hue is just 3 hours. Hue is just 3 hours. And actually, if we would have done it the way that I wanted to and had more time, we would have stopped in the city of Tam Key, and we would have stayed a day or so there. I did too, but that freaking train ruined it. But
the guy pulled you.
I think at first I thought he was thinking I was lost trying to get to the exit, but then he was saying that the train was coming. What is trot talk? Trot talk is, if you're from the USA, you would know what like a Arizona iced tea is. The best way I can explain the flavor is like an Arizona iced tea, but very citrus flavored. It's like an Arizona iced tea, citrus style on steroids. It's like a kumquat citrus iced tea. Very nice. Some of them are not as sweet. I actually think the sugar cane is sweeter than the trot talk. But I will note, I'm a Bonnet expert and I'm a trot talk expert. Some of them are a little too sweet, but some of them are very mild. It just all depends. Like literally, if you go get trot talks from 2 different people, like we lost our favorite trot talk lady. She used to be where the 50% bakery was, and she just disappeared one day and she hasn't been back. But her trot talk was awesome, and I've never been able to replace that flavor of Tratak again.
Yeah.
It's a great drink, especially for a hot city. It's like an iced tea, but very citrusy.
That's a touchpad. Then you can just place your order.
Oh, I can place my
I
order.
don't know if they, because they have a YouTube. Maybe you can play.
Maybe I can watch YouTube.
Try.
Luggages go right here. Good thing I'll get a... We each brought one bag. There's my bag. There's Fluffy's bag, but this is where you have them. I mean, I guess technically you could leave them down there, but our bags go right up here. And like I said, you can plug in your electric devices. It's very simple, man. And actually, this was a little expensive. I think this is the highest ticket we've ever paid. Was 220,000, which is about $8. When we go to Hue, per person.
Really?
Yeah, it was $17 for both tickets. When we go to Hue, we got a really good deal the last time we went to Hue. He's blowing the whistle. That means we're ready.
Isn't that like almost the plane ticket?
No. The plane ticket to Dalat was $40 US per person. So it was basically 4 times the price of a train ticket. What was the money of tick? It was $8, and we got a soft seat. These are called soft seats. So there's only soft seat, and there's the sleeper train, the sleeper section that we walked by. What I'll do once we get going for a few minutes for a few people that haven't been in here, we'll go do another walk. I like getting my steps in on this. So this is a very big train. Down this way is the restaurant. Down that way is all the bathrooms. Down that way is the sleeper train. So we'll take you back down there again for all the people that haven't been there. If you guys want to stick around for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, we will show you the bathrooms, the restaurant, all that stuff. Ride the train. All you need is your passport. All you need is your passport and money. You only need the passport only when you purchase the tickets. So we always, my tip, here's my tip. Let me let them speak.
Ladies and gentlemen, staff in trained carriages pick up rubbish.
Yeah.
Waste, etc. to ensure your health and hygiene safety in your carriage. Please put the rubbish outside so that the staff can easily collect them. Thank you for your cooperation.
So here's what I was saying. We always buy our tickets at the train station because there's no extra fees. If you go buy them online, usually there's an extra upcharge. And we buy them a few days in advance because tickets do go fast. No seatbelts. No seatbelts. If we slam, I do this. But that's another good thing about the train. So the bus, you can get a flat tire, you can get into a car accident, your radiator can overheat.
Days that we're going to chop the one Troy, the one after we get that we're going
To Ahoy.
to Ahoy.
Yep, we are on the train where we just took back off from our next stop. So I think we have... Fluffy, how long does it say till we're at Nhon? Let's see. We'll show you. It'll be a little longer than what Google Maps says because Google Maps is driving. Click on it. It says we are 3.5 hours away. Wow. I thought we were only about 3, but it might cut down closer because we're going on a train. Yeah, it doesn't show. So I'm assuming we're going to be about 3 hours away.
What's the name?
I think it'll be closer to 3 because I think we're supposed to get in about 1:20. 2, 12, 21, 20. Yeah, I think it'll be closer to 3 hours. I'll let you guys know when we get there. Airbags? Yeah, the train is nice. And these are the cheapest seats, I guess you would call. There's these, and then there is the sleeper train. Let me ask how many people have seen it. So we'll get a poll. Let me vote on this if you guys have not seen the restaurant or the sleeper train. We'll see if enough people haven't seen it. We'll get up and we'll go show you that again. Did you see the restaurant? So we'll do a poll. If enough people haven't seen it, then we'll show it to you. But these are, look, here, what we'll do, I'll sit over here since no one's here. We can show you a little better view. Ooh, look at him zooming away. This is just a little city in Vietnam, and I'm telling you, like, these guys probably live here for their whole life, and they probably rarely ever get out. The only people they probably see is their local neighbors and people in this town, and the occasional train that stops by. But this would be a very, very simple, easy life. You wash your own clothes, you cook your own food, you probably grow all your vegetables. Very simple life. Look at this. Everybody's a farmer, or at least grows some kind of food. Look at, there's someone out there fishing. It's all very nice though. Look at the grass. Look at that. That is nice. I am on data, so I forgot. I can't really use outrageous amounts today because I think there's no Wi-Fi on here. I don't think there's Wi-Fi. I get 7 gigs a day, so we will have to kind of somewhat monitor that. Very nice. Look at all this, man. So green out here. Look at all that. Oh, that's nice. Give us about 5 minutes and then I'll give you guys a tour of the other side of the train. Bathrooms, restaurant, and the sleeper train. We are heading south of Da Nang, correct. We are gonna end up, our final destination almost a week from now will be Nha Trang. So we are going Trang in about a week, but we're working our way down south. Make sure if you guys enjoy this content, please hit the subscribe button. If you guys enjoy the live streams or the uploaded videos, we're getting very, very close to 6,000 subscribers, and I can't subscribe anymore for myself. You guys are the only ones that can subscribe and help me get to the 6,000 subscriber mark. So if you guys enjoy the content, please hit the subscribe button. No, we did not meet the train conductor. We're all the way at the end, so our driver's like, I think this is like a 20-car train, but we got on. Hey guys, I set 3 alarms, and I turned off my backup phone because I was letting it charge, and when you turn it off and charge it, charges faster. And I must have forgot to turn it back on because I passed out and went to bed. And Fluffy woke me up very early, and she goes, "Oh, do you have an alarm?" And I said, "Yeah, I got an alarm." And I went back to sleep, and then next thing I know, Fluffy at 7 o'clock was like, "It's 7." And I was like, "Damn." And I looked at my phone, and it was off. So we had to leave at 7:15, and I woke up at 7. But luckily, we were about 5 minutes late to leave. We wanted to get downstairs about 7:15 in the morning to catch the grab or the in-drive, We didn't get down there till about 7:20. But look, I'm glad that I did everything last night. I cut my hair, I shaved, I took a shower last night, I packed all my stuff. I had my clothes for today already, so I didn't have to stress about that. I think we're in 19. Fluffy, what car are we in? What car number are we in? Oh no, we're in 1. It goes down this way, so we're the last one on the back, and then it works its way down that way. So I think the where the train conductor is like 20 or 15, whatever that is, but we're all the way at the end. And we're seat number, I think, 45 and 46, because this is 47 and 48. That's these seats. So I think we're 46 and 45, I believe. It just depends on if you guys want that view or that view. When you purchase the train tickets a person, you need to pay the taxi fees. Yes, so that is somewhat, I guess, extra cost. But what we usually do is we make a trip out of it. So like this time, I had to go get money out of the ATM to pay rent. So no matter what, we were gonna use the taxi to go get money out of the ATM. So what we did is we said, hey, we're gonna go get money out of the ATM. Let's go and get the train tickets at the same time since we're paying for the grab. So I always like to double up and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But if you order it online, I think there's a service charge, which is gonna be at least as much as the grab ride. So you gotta do it one way or the other. I would at least like to go out and get something to eat or go to the ATM machine and get something out of my fee money. Movies? No, there's no movies. I think Fluffy downloads her Netflix movies and she watches them on that, or she takes a nap. Let's see if you guys have seen the train. We're gonna get up in about a minute and we'll take a look at it. I am gonna try to get a Trotok if we can see one at the next stop. I'm not sure where the Trotok or the next stop is, but hopefully. I am extremely very good with, but I've always been like that. Even when I was in the USA, I've always been a saver. I wouldn't say I've ever made lots of money, but I definitely don't spend. I save a lot of my money no matter where I'm at in the world. Even when I'm in the USA, I cook at home. I'm very, very, very good on my budget. And remember, I don't have any vices, so I don't drink alcohol. I stopped drinking alcohol 8 years ago. I don't smoke. I don't party. I don't go do anything like that. So it naturally saves a lot. I guess most of my money gets spent on my rent, food, and tech stuff. I love buying tech stuff. I love buying drones, GoPro, stuff like that is probably, I don't spend that much money on it now because I have plenty of it now, but those would be kind of like my luxury type of expenses. It's 11:16 in the morning here in Vietnam on Monday. Vinte. Fluffy, how do we know when the next stop is? Fluffy, how do we know when the next stop is? How do we know when it's gonna? Oh, that's the name, but what time? Oh, 54 kilometers. Okay. So in 54 kilometers, we will have another stop at Vinte. Like Chow Ti Vinte, but I guess that's the name of this bus stop. Hoi Vinte. That will be in about 25 miles, guys. Yeah, she's taking all the money. But it's all fake money. But you do drink Trotok. But shockingly, I love the taste of both of those. But if you literally get a Bonnet and a Trotok, that's $1.75 combined with both of those things. The Bonnet is usually about $1.25, $1.40, and the Trotok is like 45 cents. So that meal, a Trotok and a Bonnet, is like $1.75. It's under $2. That's a value menu to me. Not the McDonald's value menu, but the Vietnamese value menu. the Vietnamese value menu. We're gonna go take a look at the, let's see how many people haven't seen it. More people have not seen it than seen it, so I'm gonna go take one more quick walk. Fluffy, I'm gonna go get some more steps in. Don't get lost, Fluffy. So here we go, we're gonna give you guys the tour. I'll act like the news reporter again. So this is where you guys can wash your hands. There's a sink, automatic hand dryer. I don't know why they have a cup, but whatever. Automatic door. What's up, army guy? Caught us at a good time, we're on train. This is the bathroom. So very garbage, even has a window there, right? I don't think there's nothing wrong with this bathroom. You guys think there's anything wrong with that? Nice little window to look out. Take you guys out a little bit. Living dangerously, hanging out of the train window at a cemetery. Yeah, the bathroom's nice. No problem with it. Has the automatic door handle. Another bathroom right here. Same thing. She's getting water. So these are water dispensers. I'm gonna tell Fluffy when we get off, make sure that she fills up our water bottle. Because this is a water bottle. I'm assuming cold, the water. I'm assuming that's cold. I'm assuming that's hot. Good job. Hello. These are the regular cheap seats, I guess you would call them. There's only two seats. There's these soft seats. They recline. And then there's the sleeper seats that we'll show you up here. So more sink, more bathroom. They're probably gonna be like, why the hell is he coming back to the restaurant again? But I like these. These are cool. These are like picture frames, but I think it's like a touch screen. Well, it's supposed to be a touch screen, but yeah. And then here's the sleeper train, guys. So if you guys look to the right-hand side, look in there. I'm not gonna try to stick my camera in because there's people in there. But on the left side, there'll be windows. And on the right side is the sleeper train. So you guys could shut the door, but some people leave it open. Let's see if we can look in the sleeper train. The sleeper train are the more expensive seats. Here we go. Those are called the sleeper train. This is the sleeper train. Sleeper. And that's a 4-person cabin. Ciao. Those are the workers right here. You got a little table. And then, oh, this guy's smoking in here. Ciao. Oh, we got Santa. See, these are the touchscreen. Oh, they got YouTube. Let's see if we can watch YouTube. Look at this. No Wi-Fi, I think, though. I think that's what it's saying. Yeah, no Wi-Fi. You could probably, if you really wanted to, you can hotspot it onto here, and you could probably watch YouTube standing up, I guess. But here's the big aisleway, windows. I'm gonna try to double fist it. Here we go. I'm gonna break out the GoPro because I actually enjoy this. I'm gonna do a little quick video on it. Here we go. Here we go. We'll wait till this guy goes by. So this is the sleeper train section. This is where you guys have the 4 cabins. You come over here. You guys can shut your door. You have a nice big window here. If I was personally on the sleeper train, I think I would leave my door open like this so that you can get this nice view. That's myself personally, because I would like to lay there and look at a view, but I guess if some of these people are tired, what they do is they just shut it and lock themselves out of the trains. YouTubers that come by and pass by. But there we go. Let me try to Xin chào. So we'll come here, and then this will be the restaurant area, just coming up just a little here. The restaurant area. So let me put this camera away. I got a little quick segment. So we already went to the restaurant. This is where we ate. Oh, it's actually crowded now. There's more people over here. I'll try to show you guys. I'll try to show you guys the menu. Show you guys this. So everything is basically like $3 to $4. You got some chicken, you got some rice, you got some instant noodles. Everything's like $2.50 to $3. And they do have these tables. This is where we sat. The AC's blowing nice and cold right here. Nice picture. Some more bathrooms. We'll let this lady go by. Watch these. They also sell banh mi, some drinks, everything like that. We'll hit the automatic door opener again. I guess he's got a sleeper. Let's turn this water on. See if we can get in over here. Sleeper. Yeah, we like this. And actually, they have flash sales every once in a while on this. Like, we went to Hue about 2 months ago, and we got an extremely good deal. One way to Hue, which is only like 3 hours. But I think it was only like, the ticket was like $2.75 one way. It was dirt cheap. Today's ticket was about $8, but $8 I think is the standard regular price, no sale price. And it is about a 5-hour train ride. We got another bathroom. You guys can hear in between these carts. These are loud. In-between section right here. We're getting our steps in today, guys. Oh, I guess you can open this? I'm not sure if I should open it. I wanted to, but I don't want to have an emergency. Everybody's sleeping. Look at, see, this one's... I've heard people, so there's a person that comes into the live stream, and she's terrified about taking the train because of the bathroom. But we've been on 4 or 5 different trains. The bathroom is never bad. You guys have seen it personally, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Does it shake? It shakes usually in that middle section where I just showed you, but like right here, like where we sit, we don't feel any of the shaking. Where I'm walking now, we don't feel the shaking. But when you get into this little inside area, watch, you can actually visually see it. Look, you'll see the door shaking over here. This is where you feel the shaking. Watch, I'll show you. And it gets noisy here. This is where you'll see it shaking. This is the area that you guys will see shaking. But once you get past here, this area is fine. I love these big windows, man. I love just looking out here. Look, there's just some locals that are coming out on their daily little ride. Probably going to the market or something. Yeah, where the cars connect, that's exactly where it shakes. That's where you guys get out. So when you guys get off on your stop, you look at all those ducks. When you get out, that's the way that you exit, is through those little car areas right there. But you guys can see, these are... I guess we hit a little bad spot. We switched over to H. Sorry, that I think this outside roll part is kind of hit or miss. So this is the only time on the train that we've had bad internet, is that I think this is the end. Yeah, I think this is the end. Let's try going here. Oh, we like this. Look at this. We like this window open. Nice fresh air. There we go. You guys still here? Hopefully you guys are still here. This is nice. Get some fresh air. This window's open. Yeah, we will. We're gonna head back. Once we get back, I'll probably end the live stream. I'm gonna shoot a little bit more YouTube on the GoPro real quick. I'm gonna put you guys down. Give me. Oh, they got some snacks. I think this is for all the employees. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna shoot some B-roll. What's up, guys? We are hanging out literally of the Vietnam Railways. We are on our way to the city of Nhon, which we have been to before, and I like to call... No? Okay. How dare you put us on the dirty floor? I was trying to do my YouTube video and I was hanging out, but this guy got mad. He said, no hanging out, hanging out. I'm like, why'd you open up the window then? So let me try to get the right... Can you guys hear the train in the background? That means one thing and one thing only, that we are headed on another train trip. Join us as we... Hold on, I'm trying to get this intro for the video. Can you take it to the microwave on the train? I don't know if they have a microwave. They might though. What's up, guys? We are heading on another excursion. We are going to the city of Nhon, and as you guys can see, we are on the train. There it is, on the train tracks. And the train is sounding, so stick around. We'll tell you our plans, and we'll show you the city of Nhon. I don't know if they have a microwave. So what I think, guys, we're going to end it here. We're going to save some data. I'm going to shoot a little bit more YouTube B-roll on the GoPro, but we will check in one more time before we get off this train, probably about 30 or 40 minutes before we make it to Nhon. So once again, I appreciate all you guys for chatting, all the super chatters, everyone that commented. I appreciate it. We'll see you guys maybe in about an hour, hour and a half or so. So make sure that you keep an update and look out for the next live stream notification. See you guys soon. Oh, we're making a stop.